What was that? What in the
What
fuck?
was what?
You! What was that?
What was me?
We
I'm
like
just-
faded in, and Jay does like this hand thing.
I didn't see any hand thing. Did you not see a hand
I
thing?
have it on video.
I wasn't paying attention.
See?
Hello,
I think you
everybody.
need to calm down.
Jay is full of shit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Dungeon of the Mad Mage. This is session 158. And some pretty exciting shit happened at the end of last session, so we're going to jump into a recap right off the bat. So, previously, in the Dungeon of the Mad Mage, the party was exploring the northwest bounds of Mural's Gauntlet in the pursuit of one of the artifacts Matashtai hunted for on his quest to become the champion of Boldre. Their search had brought them to a massive chamber, part arcane laboratory, part morgue, filled with bodies in various stages of preservation and decay. As soon as they entered, Ashes was struck by a disgustingly saccharine stench that took him to his knees, as an equally sickly sweet voice called out from the darkness, inviting the party in, not as welcomed guests, but as new bodies for experimentation. The party readied themselves, as out from the piles of bodies rushed dozens of ghouls. After catching the first wave and throwing it back, the source of both the stench and words came into view. A strange-looking ghast, armed with the tools of both a surgeon and a tailor, floated out of the darkness on tendrils of dark power. These tendrils, which lifted the creature some 20 feet into the air, emerged from two bracers the ghast was wearing. And upon seeing the hearth-emblazoned bronze armaments, Matashtai knew them as the items he sought. Ashes rushed the creature, but passed harmlessly through the tendrils. Matashtai decided to attack from above, rushing up the wall and along the ceiling before falling down on the creature in an attempt to drag it to the floor. Monk was partially successful, managing to grapple the creature midair, but not managing to take it to the ground. Meanwhile, Mossy and Bones provided a wall for Ezrah against the waves of ghouls, and the trio methodically destroyed several of the undead. Though, as more kept coming, it became increasingly difficult for the trio to assist Matashtai and Ashes. The creature and its tendrils proved challenging for the monk and the blood hunter to fight. It was able to guard itself, keep itself aloft, and attack all at the same time, and since it seemed as if Matashtai couldn't take it to the ground alone, Ashes decided to join the two of them in the air. Using the recently acquired magnetic chain, Ashes grappled one of the bracers and hoisted himself into the air upon the creature. The combined weight of this new trio began to prove too much for the tendrils, and they began to drift slowly downward. Still, the three of them remained aloft, and the creature began to pull back into the darkness, away from Bones, Ezrah, and Mossy. Matashtai began to hack and slash at one-armed and called for Ashes to do the same. Their focus was too much for the creature to bear, and a moment later, they rent its arm from its body, sending the bracer attached to it scattering to the ground. Half of the tendrils were gone. The ghast could no longer keep itself floating, attacking, and defending at the same time. The fight had begun to turn. As a new wave of ghouls arrived back at the entrance, Ezrah unleashed a torrent of magical, radiant energy, causing the wave to disintegrate and freeing Bones to rush forward. The tabaxi entered the fray, wounding and distracting the now barely floating ghast. The creature began to cry out, begging the party to leave, to head through the portal after its recent visitors, a group of drow, but there was no mercy to be given. Ashes and Matashtai hacked into the creature, with the monk delivering a fatal blow. Moments later, the remaining ghouls in the chamber convulsed and dropped to the ground, the necromantic energy maintaining them no longer present. In the aftermath, Matashtai pulled the bracers from the ghast, wiped them off, and clicked them into place around his forearms. The Halaster immediately felt the connection of the artifact and felt his own power burgeoning within, as he took one more step towards his goal. But whatever brief moment of celebration that existed after the victory vanished, as Bones looked to the archway the Ghast had pointed out. Bones recognized that gate, knew it was connected to the lost levels, where the Skull Takers resided. The Ghast had said Drow had recently passed through, and Bones was suddenly filled with dread. The party, realizing what it might mean for the Drow to be heading to the 6th level, activated the portal and rushed in. As they entered into the silvery arcane bloodstream within Undermountain, they felt a familiar presence. A good presence. A presence that had been guiding them, ushering them forward. They all heard in their minds, "You must hurry. They need you." And it is there that we fade into the scene. And the scene is all of you floating in that kind of silvery, ethereal realm, the energy pushing out before you like a massive river. And you feel that presence around you, and you see ahead of you, right? Covering the outer edges of the energy stream, of the arcane stream, the familiar shadow. You see it waiting, almost as if it knows you're coming. And as you feel yourselves begin to be pushed forward through the arcane stream, you hear that voice again in your minds. And it says, "Go now. I will be your light. I will distract it." And you see this blossoming, radiant light burst forth behind you, and you hear and see the thousands of eyes around in the darkness light up red. You hear a screeching as that shadow rushes past you as you're floating forward in the arcane stream. And you all look behind you and you see hundreds of these streaking shadowy hands darting out, stabbing into the blossoming, brilliant light. As whatever this entity is has turned itself on like a beacon to be targeted so that you may pass freely.
Gondor calls for aid.
She could do that the
Look
entire
to the
time,
east.
and she just decided now.
Totally no consequences over there, old Jake.
Yeah, old Jake. All right, let's go. We go quickly.
He is now dead
you're-
and can never
I
help
start
us again.
booking it down the floor.
There's
Run.
nothing for you to do. You are all bound by the arcane river. You are all pushed forward.
I swim.
You swim. There is no telling, right? Like how much time passes in these instances, in these places. There's no telling whether or not time is actually even really passing, necessarily. And your struggles against the current show no effect, right? Of distancing you from your allies, of speeding you along faster. For what it's worth, traveling through the arcane bloodline of Undermountain can get you from one place to another quickly, but it does so at its own speed. However, eventually, you feel yourselves, come up against that barrier, that instance of separation from the arcane around you. The same thing as when you enter into the portal itself. And one by one, Ezrah, Ashes, Matashtai, Bones, and Mossy are all shunted through the portal. Bones,
I'm here. That's me.
I need
Tyler.
you Actually, let me do this real quick. I need oh, it didn't crash. Oh shit! Holy shit! Haha! It let me not
Don't
have that
jinx
one.
it. Don't
Yeah, don't
jinx
jinx it. Right. I need from you,
Oh,
Bones. I need you to roll me a 1d6.
This is how many of the boys are already dead.
Alright. The answer is 2. The roll of a 1d6 is a 2.
yes.
Okay. I need everyone to do me a favor and roll me a 1d20.
Me too.
Everyone.
Blammo. 17.
12.
I believe yours was a 5.
Oh, I looked at the wrong
I
number.
looked at the wrong number. Blammo!
Nerd.
Okay. Fantabulous. And there
3.
is Ezra. Okay, cool. We have from top to bottom, we have oh yeah. Good job, Boo Boo. All right. Wonderful. Let me make some quick adjustments and double check and make sure I don't have anybody in the wrong positions here real fast. Doop, 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 doop.
Doop, doop,
Nope,
doop,
looks like we're
doop,
good.
Doop, 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 doop.
Doop, 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 doop. All right. Okay. We are gonna do this. Sorry, this is this takes a little bit of
Here?
setup.
Indeed.
It's
Oh,
a big
jeez.
fight, guys. It's a big fight.
I didn't say that.
Big fight.
I didn't say anything.
He's like, I've got to scatter all the corpses appropriately.
That is
Yeah,
that is
I have
correct.
to make sure that they're laying in a position where they would have been defending.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's accurate. Actually accurate.
He's sitting there now. More blood. More blood.
More blood. Yes, more blood. All over the place. More blood.
More blood.
Like Kylo Ren. More. More.
Okay, it's not that abrupt, sir.
And
In
also
point
the
of fact, I
that
think
you
that's
know that
actually the
quote,
thing, is it is not very abrupt. It's very elongated.
To be fair, I wouldn't know. I watched the movie once and refused to go back.
That's what I was about
With
to say.
spittle.
The fact that you even are going to use that quote, that
Go to
movie
movies more than
was
once.
garbage.
I
Yes.
like
I do when
Good
they're
ones.
good movies.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
mean, you know, it's no Speed Racer, but it's like pretty good.
Fantastic.
Mm-mm.
All right.
Speed
I
Racer
did not
was great,
see
though.
Speed Racer in the theater, but if I would have, I probably would have gone to see it multiple times.
So good.
I enjoy that movie.
It's such a visual treat.
That
It is.
It's just a
a
delight.
bit of a thing.
More like a nanja.
Oh, John Good.
I just recently watched Coyote Ugly, and I
Yes.
forgot he was in there.
Really?
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
What was that? 90, like 8?
Ballpark, yeah.
Mhm.
98, 99, I think.
Okay.
$2,000.
2000. Wow.
Okay.
Turn of the century.
Yeah. Piper Paraboo.
Jay. Or should I
Uh-oh.
say Churl? As you are standing,
did you
leaning
call me?
really against
Hello?
As
the wall near the barricade leading up to the 5th level, the Willow Wood, somewhat shirking your duties as goblins are wont to do, you hear
We talked
near
about
you Blarg, or Ezrah, and Thresher, or Bones, having a little bit of an argument over how it's physically possible for Thresher to actually walk around in Amerigo's plate armor. But that's neither here nor there. You don't really care about their argument, and you don't really care about Salt around the corner doing their little sing-song rhymes to entertain themselves. You would rather take a nap. But you're not napping.
Naps are better.
You're being a good goblin. Or at least you're trying to be a good goblin. Because Pibble and Groin have tried to reinforce to the tribe what happens when the tribe aren't good goblins. When they're lazy and not paying attention. People get hurt. And Churl doesn't want that. At least not the Skull Takers, anyways. Other people maybe care less about that perfect person. And it is with that 17 that you hear unfamiliar footsteps coming down the tunnel from the north.
Shut up, guys. There's
And
something.
it is with that warning that Churl, Thresher, Salt, and Blarg are not surprised with a brief moment as Churl cries out a warning. They all turn their attention, and specifically Blarg and Thresher are able to duck down behind the barricade as you all hear the first of several twangs. And a flurry of crossbow bolts flies overhead. And
Shit!
and it is there that I'm going to go ahead and drop you guys onto the map. And please try to find yourselves.
Who am I? I'm
Oh, we're at
Salt.
the Willowwood entrance.
You are at the Willowwood entrance if that helps. If that helps locate yourselves.
On myself. How do I bring up my character sheet?
So if you would go into, you can either shift,
I found
double
it.
click your token, or you can go into the Skull Takers tab under the PCs, and you should see the one that is assigned to you.
Shift double click. I did not know
Yeah,
that.
shift double click on your token works as well.
Oh, he's
do
the one
that.
I gave the Pie King pan.
That is
Yeah,
the one that you gave the Piking Pants. Although I will say who
Earl is the one who
received
just
what
showed up.
was randomized based on those d20s that you just rolled. So,
Who the fuck is Amerigo?
Amerigo is that the dwarf lieutenant of Xanathar that you guys defeated in the pit, in the fighting pit.
Man. Yeah, I remember him.
And in point of fact, Thresher, feel free go through your character sheets real quick just to see what you have access to. Thresher is wearing Amerigo's plate armor, and Blarg is wielding Amerigo's great axe. So, all right, we are going to immediately jump into. Obviously, I'm going to try to give you guys a second, but Please select your
Mhm.
tokens and
I
roll
think you're
for
good.
initiative. The time is
And
now.
net.
Oh,
I
yeah,
guess I
salt's
should
fast, boy.
Opening up.
Oh god. I have all the other stuff on here. Whoops.
What was the hotkey, Jeremy?
Shift double click.
Okay, that worked.
Okay, awesome.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, it's a super useful tool. But I use all
Yeah,
the
I
damn
can see
time.
you using that all the time as a DM.
All the time. Okay, let's get some battle music in here as there is a series of crossbow bolts that hurtle overhead, and because of the warning, Blarg and Thresher, who were the targets, are able to duck down behind the barricade and avoid being pincushioned. So good job rolling the detection on the stealth check there. Okay.
I will cushion your pins.
You'll cushion my pins? Fantabulous.
Oh, that is
Um,
not a lot of HP. Oh, we little squish boys.
you're some of you
I
are
am
little goblin
not.
boys.
I have more health than I
Blarg,
did
yeah,
as
Blarg
Ezra.
is packing heat, actually.
I'm feeling pretty good right now, boys.
This is gonna be a
Oh,
nice
no.
change for Ezra. As you all see, right, like looking up after the hail of crossbow bolts flies overhead, you see rushing down the hallway, down the tunnel towards you, several drow warriors come to destroy the Skull Taker clan. I am missing it looks like a initiative
shit,
roll
sorry.
for Blarg.
Yep.
And before we get started, I do want to point out, because of the actions that you all have taken previously, this fucking barricade exists at all. So, if you are hiding below the barricade, you have full cover from ranged attacks on the other side of the barricade. If you are standing
yeah.
at the barricade, you have half cover from ranged attacks on the other side of the barricade. Okay? If you are hiding behind the barricade, right, like down, and there's a melee attacker, it doesn't really provide any cover because they can just reach over and swack you in the head, okay? So keep that in mind.
Underhanded.
It's just versus ranged attacks. So there's that.
They're
And the
coming
other
down
thing to keep in
from
mind, you will see a big red square on the tunnel.
Yeah.
Again,
Oh,
due to the
it is
actions that you all took, the Skull Takers have invested a trap in this location. Churl is standing right next to the lever that needs to be pulled to activate this trap. It does not activate on its own. The lever must be pulled, and when that does, a big old log will whoosh down and hit anything in that square. Okay?
Like crushing an ATST and
Bear that
Star
in
Wars.
mind. All right. Let's see how things go, shall we?
nice.
All right. You guys have the initiative. There is a flurry of crossbow bolts overhead. And then you're all able to duck down in time. And because of that, you see drow are reloading their crossbows, right? And you all have the initiative. Churl, you are up first.
80 feet, 80 short and 320 long for. All right, I'll try not to draw attention like oh yeah. All right, crossbow. I'm gonna look and aim at this man right here, the drow on the left that
Gotcha.
I can see.
Okay.
Try not to damage their skulls. We're taking those.
Wonderful.
16.
16 hits. Yeah, these guys are lightly armored. You see this one is up against the wall, and he's just reloaded his hand crossbow, and he's raising it to look at you, and your arrow hurtles between Blarg and Thresher, who are readying themselves to defend the barricade, and takes this guy in the shoulder for 5 piercing damage. You see he grunts, right? And it's gonna take a lot more arrows to take down this guy. You like immediately are like, uh-oh.
I would like to spend my 6 seconds of conversation turning back and screaming as loud as I can this way that we're being attacked.
All right, you're trying to launch the alarm. Gotcha. I will note, all of you are goblins. All of you have the nimble escape feature. You can take a disengage or a hide as a bonus action, except for Blarg. Sorry, not all of you are goblins. I apologize.
Just wanted to make sure we're goblinoids.
Ezra's got to be special. He's got to be the non-goblin over here.
Bug Baron.
Okay, just pointing that out. You don't forget you can disengage or hide as a bonus action.
I would love to use my bonus action to hide, but I'm kind of in a hallway that doesn't have a.
I mean, you can press yourself up against the wall. It just might not work, right? Is the thing.
Sure.
It's all on the roll.
Bonus action hide.
Yeah, it's all on the roll, basically.
Okay. All right. What is that? Dex.
Yeah. So for a hide check, just roll dex.
Stealth in your skills.
Yeah,
It's stealth. Yeah, you totally have a stealth.
If you don't have a
where's
stealth.
the
Skills. So you've got your stats, and then you've got saving throws,
Saving throws, and then skills, and senses, and languages.
on the left side, under stats.
On the left.
Under stats.
Under your stats, strength, dex, con. Under that, you've got saving throws, then skills. Here, I'll screen
okay, I see.
Gary didn't fuck you with the roll.
Gotcha.
No,
So,
that's not his role. That's my role. I was trying to click it to like provoke him.
No, it's fine.
All right, 15. Gotcha. Okay, cool. That is that. Salt. You hear this. You hear all of these crossbow bolts twang, or you hear the crossbows twang. You hear the bolts hurtle through the air. They whistle as they pass overhead and clang into the rocks around you. You hear an arrow fired from the other side of the rock. You can't see by who, but you know Churl is over there. And it hurtles through. You hear a grunt from a drow down the tunnel. And you hear Churl screaming his lungs out that you're being attacked. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I see two of us here.
Yes.
Where's the last person?
He's on the he's south of them.
Around the corner.
He's around the corner south of them.
Okay. How much movement I got? Let's see. 30 feet? Okay. I could probably do this, and I'm little, so can I squeeze through this space, or is it
Yeah,
difficult
easy peasy.
terrain?
Yeah, use the squeeze through. You're good.
Okay. I'm going to squeeze to here, where I can see all four of us.
Okay.
And I'm going to higher level cast Bless
Ooh.
on all four of us.
All right, fantastic.
I click. Level 2. Blam! Blessed!
Wonderful.
Salt
Right.
walks forward and bonks the Pie King pan upon her head, blessing the party.
She bonks her own head to bless the party. Love it. That's very Salt. Absolutely. You all see Salt in her fine gold vestments, the envy of every other goblin in the Skulltaker tribe, right? You see her stride forward. It's more of a scramble, really. And then she gets in between and bonks her head while screaming a blessing to Magoubliette. And you're all blessed. As soon as that happens, you do see and hear, right, the drow down the tunnel call out in response to what you have done.
Okay, so to be clear, I'm having a hard time remembering where exactly we are in terms of where our allies will be. Was this a way out down here, or is this a dead end?
We're northwest of the keep.
Yeah.
Of the central keep.
That's a dead end, Mitch. What you were just
So
pinging. That's a corner.
our allies will be back this way,
Yes,
right?
south of that way. Absolutely. South and east.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use. So I use 5.
Like, we
10,
go straight
15.
south through this. There's gonna be a room, and then there's the big hallway.
All right, I'm gonna use my last 15 to get to here.
Okay, fantastic. All right.
And then on my bonus action, I'm gonna try and hide. I'm gonna like meld into the walls.
Absolutely, press yourself up against that wall. Do that.
Make
Do
eye
that shit.
contact with Salt. I'm
A
also
24. Hell yeah.
My fine gold vestments meld into the rock.
And stone.
I am now a vein of gold in the rock wall.
There you go.
So Jay did not activate the trap, right?
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
but
the trap
but
is
I'm
not
also-
activated. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I mean, that would have been real poor to just a hole open up in the floor before they even get there.
It's the swinging log trap, sir.
Oh, that's right. Well,
There are
but that
sticks
is the
and
end of my
spikes
turn.
and stuff. There are sharp things on it.
I gotta fix this. Work on that. Okay. While that is happening, everyone remember that you have a bless right now. Let's put an icon in everyone. Everyone, let's use we'll use that. Fantastic. You're blessed.
What is?
Okay.
Oh, we
What
already
line
did
is that
bless.
on?
Oh, shit.
It's not
wings.
me.
There you go. Blessed. You're blessed. Alright, Swank. Blarg. You are... Let's be honest, Blarg, you are the most proficient fighter in the Skull Takers. Pibble and Groin are pretty solid, but you're honestly the one that everyone comes to when it comes to how do we fight well? How do we smash things? How do we not stab ourselves with the pointy end? And you do your best, but sometimes the Skull Takers are a little, well, dumb. But this is a great learning experience opportunity. As long as nobody dies. At least on your side. What do you want to do?
So I'm super intelligent, probably the most intelligent person in this whole commune.
I think actually Blarg has 10 intelligence. He's solid.
He has really? Is that actually good in this?
He's
No.
he's as good as any
Oh,
human
no.
around.
Rob's got 10.
There we go. See,
Gucci.
well, I'm equally intelligent. I would assume Blarg has a pretty good mental map of the floor,
Yes.
and seeing this incursion coming from this direction, am I aware of other clear paths where this at incursion could be splitting off and coming from a tactical standpoint?
No. There are only two entrances that you're aware of into the Lost Levels. That is this entrance that you and your group are guarding, and then there is the southeast entrance that heads down into, you're not sure, the Bones and crew said something about like the land of the stone men, something like that. But they've got another barricade over there where another group kind of like holds the line. So those are the only two places that you are aware of. If you hold this, Drow are not getting further into the Lost Levels.
This is the northern bastion.
Yeah.
Got it.
Unless they're coming in through the other way.
Sure. Yeah. Well, yeah. All right. Well, with that knowledge, I know I need to hold my ground.
You also
so-
know, from your fighting knowledge and your prowess, right? Like, you know you can smash a motherfucker, but you know Thresher, who's standing next to you, this little crazy motherfucker is a tank. He's literally walking around in a dwarf's plate armor like it's nothing. And he does not care. So do with that what you wish.
So I am going to, knowing that this is probably my battle bro, I am going to pull a javelin.
Oof.
In a crouched position. I'm
Okay.
trying to maintain coverage.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But I've got kind of like my eyes peering over, and as
Yep.
soon as something gets within the 30-foot range, the
Gotcha.
non-disadvantage range, I want to huck this motherfucker right in their fucking nose hole.
Held action.
No,
Gotcha.
don't damage
So,
the spell. We need those.
so what I will say is, because you have your head just over to kind of like see them approach, you're not going to
Three-quarters.
get the benefits of the full cover. It'll be partially reduced, so you'll get a +4 to your AC.
Sounds good.
All
And
right.
I'm just holding for the first person that crosses that threshold, and they're going to be eating
Hella.
javelin.
All right. So as all of that unfolds, you all do hear the drow speaking to each other in Elven. You heard the one grunt, right, as it took an arrow in the shoulder. And then you hear this barking order. And you see on the faces of all of these individuals here, this kind of like... this determination, right? And as that happens, an individual strides forward, walks up there, assesses the situation, and I think is just out of your 30 range, sees your head peeking over, Blarg, but also, let's see what else we got going on here. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba! Sees Churl, but does not see Salt. So, not seeing an individual that it would identify potentially as a caster, the Drow Elite Warrior, Taltar Quavora, is instead going to try to pick on the biggest threat that it can see. So it's going to try to shoot at Blarg, try to dome you while you're peeking over. It will do so with disadvantage, and you will have a +4, right? Because its hand crossbow range is only 30 as well.
Who did you say?
This is going at Jake. So, here we go. Disadvantage. A 19. Your AC is what, +4?
So technically, I assume I'm not using my shield because I'm probably using the barricade.
Okay.
Which is normally a 17 without the shield, so +4 would be a 21.
Absolutely does not hit. So you're crouched just enough to make it difficult enough for the crossbow bolt to over your head. You feel a slight tickle of the wind. It's pretty close, but it's not there. But you see, right, like Blarg, you see in this elite warrior a recognition of like, I'm not walking forward, right? And he turns and he kind of like waves his hand to one of the other drow, who then rushes forward into your range, triggering your held action.
I lean back and I'm like, the fancy one's a coward.
Oh. All right, Jake, that is your held action for Blarg.
And I cannot forget to roll my bless for a 28. Does a
Oh.
28 hit?
Yeah, this guy has 15 AC. You hurl that fucking shit, and it's a javelin
my
from a
average.
bugbear is no fucking joke, right? Like he woof, this thing flies straight down the fucking tunnel, barely dips at all, perfectly thrown, takes this guy in the hip, right, and shatters immediately, right? Like spins him around, and the back end, the butt of the javelin hits the wall as he spins and shatters, and he just cries out in pain.
Would you say he's surprised by?
No, he's not
the
surprised.
blunt force?
No
Get ready
one
for that
got
question
this
every
surprise,
time.
unfortunately. So he is, I'm gonna say, stopped in his tracks by this. That was most of his movement, anyways. But now he is going to he's gonna try to shoot at you, probably in retaliation. You are within normal range now. That's a 21. Is that a meets it, beats it?
Yeah, if we're saying I'm not using my shield.
All right, sounds good. You take
-7.
yeah, this one kind of scores across your cheek as you've kind of lifted up your head in order to like you come up, you throw the javelin and you try to get back down, but before you can get back down, the crossbow bolt is fired and it streaks across your cheek. Okay. We're gonna have some rapid succession here. This guy is gonna run forward here. He's gonna get close enough. He sees both of these individuals hiding behind the barricade. He's going to also see Churl, and he prefers the soft target, so he shoots at Churl instead.
Oh no!
So that is a... You are actually just outside of range, so he will roll at disadvantage, so that is a 9 to hit Churl.
It
That should be a miss.
ricochets off the stone above my head.
Hell yeah. Awesome. This other one, he's a little further up. He can get closer. And he is probably also going to prefer the squishy target, but he has to see if he sees you. He does see you. He's going to shoot at Churl. Ooh.
I think a critical success will hit.
That hurts.
That is 2/3 of my total HP.
Yeah, Churl is the weakest among you, because Churl is the newest member of the Skull Takers, so Churl has had the least amount of influence from adventurers and things like that. So Churl, you take that in the stomach, Churl. You take a crossbow bolt in the stomach, and I need you to make a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or be poisoned, and if you fail by 5 or more, you are unconscious.
So under saving throws and skills, Constitution is not listed.
Then just click the Constitution stat. 10. Okay. You fail, so you are poisoned, but you do not fail by 5 or more, so you are not knocked unconscious. Okay. Oh, roll your bless.
Oh, well, I mean, is that going to matter with a critical?
Well, on the saving throw, roll the bless on the saving throw.
That's right, it does.
Because it's a +4.
Right.
If you get a 3 or a 4, you save.
Yep.
2. All right. Well, I tried. Okay. Churl takes a grievous injury and is now poisoned. And you hear the freaking drow kind of like laugh at their minor victory, right? Thresher, you're up. Your boys are getting shot at. You don't like that.
No, Cam! No, Churl! And I climb up. I climb up here.
Oh, are you like interposing your body to try to like keep them from being shot at, basically? So
I put my feet on two of the supports.
Yeah.
And I'm like this. I got my shield. I got my hammer.
Hell yeah!
ready.
Not only are you a target, so it would basically give them cover behind you anyways, but you also have your shield to potentially interpose if need be. So sweet, awesome. Right. Are you holding any action, or is what you're doing being a wall? Is that what you're trying to hold? Right, like you're trying to catch range attacks.
I hold an action to I'm gonna shove the first person that comes at me back.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Sounds good. Situations, turn 2. Churl, you have just taken a crossbow bolt in the stomach. You feel your life flash before your eyes. You've had a good time here with the Skull Takers. It's been brief, but it's been enjoyable. You feel some kind of like cloyingness around your throat. It feels like when you eat the things that Peppa tells you not to eat, and you get sick from it. But you're not dead yet. And 2 of those fucking drow just stepped in the red circle.
Okay. Pulling out meta time.
Blast
Do
him!
we want to wait for a third, or are you going to take the 2?
Oh no, how many are there?
Blast him!
Turns come back around, and there's only been 4 of them attacking. So
you might
be
just
more
die.
down the tunnel, but for at least now, it seems like there's only 4.
All right. Would this
Morale
be
is everything. We have to break their morale.
So this is considered a free action or an action to pull the lever?
So this pulling the lever is a free action. It's like an item interaction. It doesn't take
this
you.
is your
It doesn't take
one
you
item
6 seconds to go.
interaction.
Wah! Yeah, this is just your free item interaction.
I pull it, and after I pull it, I say, "Better cover your face."
You all, you hear this as there's a release of coil and everything like that. And Thresher and Blarg, you're prepared. You know how this works, at least in theory, but you are somewhat surprised by the suddenness of the descent of the log and the force with which it comes swinging downward. In point of fact, I actually do have a log here. It's not super cool or anything like that. It's just a little log that I used as a reminder to be like, there's a trap here. So this log comes swinging down on ropes. And since Churl, you are the person activating it, you get to be the person who rolls the stuff for it. So this is a spike log trap. The
like the log
DC for
animation.
it is a DC 15 dexterity saving throw, which they're going to roll, but the save is against 3d8 damage. So they will take half damage if they fail, because it's basically, they're still touching spikes and they have to slam themselves into walls to get away from it, but they won't take the full if they pass. So, 3d8 from you. Dex saving throw.
That's pretty good.
17 and a 12. So one succeeds and one fails. So this one is able to throw themselves to the side and takes, was that 7 damage? And then this one does not throw themselves to the side and gets clobbered by the fucking log and knocked prone. They are now prone on the ground.
Ooh.
There's that. Log is... The log, you see, after the log falls, the ropes on it kind of like hang limp for a second, and you see it's not going to support its weight, and the tail end of it kind of like clatters to the ground, and it just kind of like hangs there, but it's not enough of an obstacle to be that much of an issue unless you're directly on top of it and something like that. So if something happens where you guys press out, we'll consider that an issue. Churl, that was your item interaction. What else are you doing?
I'm gonna level a crossbow bolt at the. Well, all right. So, what's the line of sight with this guy on the ground in the barricade?
So the guy behind the barricade that's prone, you can't see it all now, right?
Okay.
The other people, this is a double-edged sword. The other people, Thresher is up in front, like body blocking in his fucking dwarven armor with his shield, right?
All right, hold on.
Which is also causing you to not be able to see as well. So anything that you shoot past him is also going to have half cover.
I have 30 feet of movement, so I can move like. I'm gonna let's say I were to like move. I use half my movement to get here. Would I get a better?
Yes, you'd be able to shoot past Thresher without any issue.
All right,
And you'd be able to see that guy on the ground if you want to shoot him.
I'm not entirely sure who's more fucked up.
The guy on the ground is definitely the more fucked up. He took an entire log to the face.
All right, well then I will, go up to the barricade, lean over, and go. Oh, it's not crossbow, it's a hammer. It's all.
Poof. Okay, sounds good. Fire off a short bow shot. 13. A 13 does miss, unfortunately.
Oh,
He's
God.
kind of like rolling around on the ground, bloody from the log. You shoot, and you actually just clip the log instead
bless.
of him. Bless.
bless.
Yeah, roll your bless.
How long do I have that?
Until
It's for a
minute,
minute.
or
It's a
until Salt drops it.
16.
Bless is amazing for low-level
Yes.
play.
Yeah.
Bless is like
Yes.
one of the best low-level spells, period, if you can keep it up. And hell yeah, a 16 hits. His AC was 15. 4 piercing damage. So you shoot him in the thigh instead of it hitting the log, and he cries out in pain. Still rolling around. But
And then
yeah.
I'm gonna back up.
Yeah, you're gonna back up with your 8 fucking health, I would
Yep,
imagine.
I'm gonna back up.
You see, Salt, you see Churl kind of limp back over after taking a shot, and you see he's green, or like green around the gills, right? His face looks like he's about to hurl. And it is
I
your turn,
extend
Salt.
the Pie King pan for him to hurl into if necessary.
Ooh, you can use that later.
Into the
Absolutely.
Yeah, nothing goes to waste for the skull.
No,
taker.
absolutely not. All right, you're up, Mitch.
So gross.
Okay, you grossed yourself out.
Okay. Well, then, since you so kindly walked, so is anyone else hurt, or is it just Churl?
I've taken a little bit of damage. Just
okay.
yeah, you did.
yeah,
I took
so-
a lot of it.
Shot to face.
Okay.
I mean,
All right,
to be fair, a little bit of damage for me is a lot of it for I think all of you.
Oh boy.
Blarg's
Yeah.
maximum HP is
99.
over 4 times Churl's maximum HP.
It is 20 more health than Ezra has.
I think
He is
Blarg
a big
Blarg is a CR6 creature, whereas Churl I think is like a 1/2 or something. Yeah, Churl is a 1/2.
All right. Well, then Salt screams to Maglubliet and then bonks Churl on the top of the head.
What
With
is
the
with
cure
you and
wounds.
healers that have to hit their freaking targets? What the fuck?
Look, she got the pan from Matt, so she's learning from him.
I guess that's fair. That is true.
Pain heals all wounds.
Right? Holy shit!
It's the whole idea where, like, if you get hurt somewhere else where you got initially hurt, doesn't hurt anymore.
Is that a 2nd level spell?
Yeah, that's a 2nd level.
Oh,
16
okay.
hit points back
Very nice.
to
All right.
Churl.
And then Salt
Oh, damn!
kind of looks at everyone else and
I forgot how
scampers
good Salt was. Salt's not a little bitch caster. Salt's got some shit going on,
Salt's pretty
actually.
strong, honestly.
I don't know since the beginning, so I believe
And
it.
Salt screams in glory to Maglubliet and then runs back here and hides behind this wall.
I will say, due to all of the stuff that you guys just did, the Skull Takers are in sync with you, so you guys just recently leveled, and so did the Skull Takers, so I'm less familiar with what they are at right now than I normally am, because they just
Also,
leveled up.
I scream again down back behind us. Again.
Okay,
And then Salt hides behind the wall.
okay, absolutely. Roll me that hide check. Oh, Churl, did you want to roll a hide as well for your bonus
yeah, I
action?
should probably do that. Sorry,
Yeah.
new character, who this?
God, Salt is so good.
What? You're all so... What the fuck? Alright, Blarg,
we have learned from Bones. We are the knight.
that was a solid
my
hit from
own
that
blood
log.
and, like, it's camouflage.
You're
paint.
taking the... What? How is that camouflaging you? What? Get out of here.
It's like Predator with the mud.
No.
It's-
Alright.
Yes. With our
Blarg,
blood-covered walls.
you see Thresher is
Out
up
to be.
on the barricade, making himself a target, which is dangerous, but also defending your allies behind him, your squishier allies. You see that one of the drow has already, due to the shots and the log, right, has been bloodied and is on the ground rolling in pain. But the others seem very ready to charge forward and make this fight a real fight. What do you want to do?
It's the one that's closest to the barrier that is the most.
Yeah, he's prone on the ground, clutching his thigh, that has an arrow in it. His chest partially caved in, definitely bloodied.
So Blarg looks at the situation and seeing there does not appear to be too many more outside of the 4 targets we see. Are they all just wielding swords, or what is
each of them
general
seems to be most of them seem to be equipped with hand crossbows and short swords, standard fare. You can see on the elite warrior that's standing in the back, it has kind of like a utility belt of potentially other components,
Yep.
But nothing has been used yet.
So Blarg looks at his allies and looks at the situation and screams, "To arms!"
Okay.
And he leaps over.
Blarg just does the one-handed woof over the barricade thing.
Yep. Wielding the axe. Looking down at the prone individual.
Oh my god.
Wins as he is gonna great weapon master.
I was gonna say,
His
this is about to be some
advantage
butchery.
attack.
Yep. So,
Where-
Blarg,
that
all
was-
of
that
these
was
skull
Mad Mage.
takers, as you guys have maybe seen, right? So far, all of the skull takers are being influenced by your choices and your decisions and the items that you give them, etc., etc. Blarg was already a little bit of a quiet one and a little bit of a smash when it comes to bugbears. That's pretty quintessential. But after receiving Amerigo's axe, Blarg has very much decided to lean into that whole reckless side of things. I believe, does Blarg actually have reckless, or am I misremembering?
He does not have reckless.
Ah,
He just has
gotcha.
great weapon master.
He has great weapon master. That's what it is. He's leaned into Amerigo's great axe and
Yep.
has learned to be more proficient specifically with a two-handed weapon. That's what it
So
is.
with a -5, I'm assuming an 11 misses the prone individual.
A -5. Oh no, you rolled bad on both. Ooh.
I rolled very badly on my. So
A
this is
2 and
an
a
advantage
4.
roll. It's an advantage roll because
Yes.
he's prone.
Yes, it is. Yes.
So
Yep.
I assume an 11 misses.
11 misses. Yes.
Okay. I just switched advantage on, so I'm assuming a. Oh nope. Roll d4. I'm assuming a 12 misses.
A 12 also misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Oh no! With such
The
enthusiasm,
dice-
Blarg
the
like
dice
goes to enter
were
the
not in my
fray,
favor.
and Blarg smashes down with the axe, intent on just rending this guy in twain. And they roll to the side from the first one, and then you spin around, go again, and as you do, it's actually the other drow that kind of like shoves the edge of the log, and it kind of like fouls your attack. It shoves over in between you and keeps you from chopping this drow in half. Anything else for your turn?
I then jump behind my dwarven armored friend.
Okay, yeah, sure, absolutely. Right?
So, an attack of opportunity at disadvantage. 'Cause he is
Absolutely,
prone.
yeah. He'll kind of like swipe out with his short sword at disadvantage. Actually, no, he won't. He doesn't have his short sword in his hand. He has his hand crossbow in his hand, so he does not have a melee weapon to really strike out at you. And I'm not gonna have him kick you or anything like that. Fuck that. He's worried. He's in pain. All right, that is the end of your turn. This guy is going to assess the situation. He's going to make a insight check. And he's like, fuck these little goblins, and he runs forward right into the waiting arms of Thresher, who is standing at the ready to just shove the next person back away from the prey. So, that is a held action from Thresher. You can make a strength or athletics check. I don't think Thresher has athletics, but if he does.
He does.
Awesome. You make a strength athletics check, and he will make
12.
a 12. Ooh, a 23. Yeah, he does. You do surprise him with the attempt, but you're unable to actually shove him back. And then, in frustration, he already has drawn his short sword, so you see him actually kind of like step forward. And as he does, you see a hand reach down to the belt, grab something, toss it up into the air, and the short sword flies through the air. And as it does, there's a the thing that he throws up is this little vial, and it shatters against the sword and is coated with this poison. And now he's streaking out an attack at Thresher. So, short sword, 17.
No, that doesn't hit.
That's not gonna fucking do it. There's just this, you all hear this clang off of the plate mail as Thresher's just on the wall, just like, come get me! And then it will be a second one. A 19? No. Oh, fuck. Alright, so this elite warrior covers the ground, right? Gets into combat with Thresher, and then realizes, oh, fuck, I've met a dwarf goblin. What? What is happening? And he yells behind him and waves a hand, right, in this kind of like, get the fuck up here kind of gesture. And the rest of the drow are going to swarm forward. So this guy's going to rush forward. He's going to hop he's going to try to hop the barricade. He's going to do a athletics, not an athletics. He's going to do an acrobatics check to try to hop the barricade. 15 is good. So he hops the barricade, and he's going to try to stab Blarg now with a short sword. 21 against Blarg for 9 damage. That's a high fucking roll. Holy shit.
Max damage.
Yeah. And then this other one is going to run over and going to try to kind of like squeeze past and climb up onto the barricade. They're going to try to overwhelm Thresher. So this guy's going to swing at Thresher now. The 13, that's a big ol' miss. And then this guy picks himself up off the ground, no longer prone, breaks the arrow off as he climbs up. And gets up next to Thresher as well, and starts to swing. This will be an advantage, which is still a massive fail. And Thresher, you are fucking surrounded by drow, but they're all just like ting tang ting tang ting tang ting tang ting ting off of you and your shield. You can look over your shoulder, though, because you're on the barricade, and you can see Churl's, like, 2 seconds behind you, right? And you are a wall. Churl is a little pile of dirt that will immediately fold to the first thing that kicks him. You realize you and Blarg might be able to hold this, but if they get past you, they are going to kill Churl, and they might put the hurt on Salt. You don't know.
Yeah. Okay. I disengage.
Okay. Bonus
And
action, disengage.
I hop down. I roll over here.
There's this kind of like as you actually roll. It's like
Dark Souls fat roll.
It's fat rolling exactly in Dark Souls, absolutely. But you're there. What's the plan?
And then I whack this guy with my Morning Star.
Whack him in the leg with a fucking Morning Star. Hella. That's actually Blarg's old Morning Star. Blarg gave you his Morning Star after getting Amerigo's Great Axe.
I don't think it matters, but 13.
13 is a miss. These guys have 15 AC.
That is what it is.
All right. Turn 3. Churl, top of the round. It's you. The drow have pressed forward, are putting your allies up against backs against the walls kind of scenario. What would you like to do?
Is this drow on the barricade?
On the barricade, and thus a clear target for you.
All right, as he starts at the peak of his climb, I'm gonna pop him. I'm gonna pop him real good with a bolt or arrow.
Pop him real good.
Pop him.
19.
That's a 6 actually because you're poisoned.
That's a 6 because I'm poisoned.
Would a 10 make a difference?
A 10
Does
would
bless
not make a difference. No, a 10 will not make a difference in this instance, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Okay, going to hide. Boy, Salt, you're up. Your allies, Blarg and Thresher,
16
are
on spell.
holding. You didn't add your HP to Churl, did you? Because Mitch healed you. You didn't add your HP to Churl.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
bro.
healed you for like
I-
16
The
HP.
16 heal he did last round.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you're back to
Oh, that-
full. Yeah,
oh, that actually did full heal me.
yeah, you full healed
Yeah.
him, but you're
I'm
still
still
poisoned.
scared.
Salt's got you back.
Salt's got your back. Salt, you got his back,
And your front.
and the front. Everybody's blessed. You got
All right.
this. You've been
How
he's
my
been
boys
shouting
looking
for
up here?
friends. Surely someone's gonna come soon, right? Say what?
How my boys looking up here?
Look fine. I mean, Blarg took a shot, streaked across the face, but he's fucking thick as fuck. He Gucci.
Okay.
For now, anyways.
Let me
Question
review-
mark in
Let me review my
next turn.
spells for a second here.
Right?
We will see if my dice
We'll
don't fuck
see.
me.
I think in this instance, it's more do the drowse dice fuck you when they start swinging
that's
at you.
That's fair. But if I could kill 2 of them, that would
That's
make
true.
a
I mean, if you
difference.
could just take out some of the dice at that point. What you doing, Salt?
I don't have any ranged spells.
Salt is Salt is a lover, not a fighter.
I see that.
Yeah.
No
No one has influenced Salt to be a fighter. Everyone's always like, Salt, can you cure this? Salt, can you fix this? Salt, can you salt this?
Just stay at a point where you can run in and heal us if things get dicey. Otherwise,
Okay.
we got this.
So, how far are we? We're pretty far from the center area.
You're still very
Who
far
would-
away
who
from the
would-
nave, from
who
the heart of the
would
mountain.
be in the center of the compound? Like, who would be patrolling there or hanging out there right now?
Typically, it's whoever's not on guard duty or patrol. You know, right now, Catsup and their cavalry are on patrol to aid Willow in the Willow Wood, right? So they're not here right now. Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay.
See if Salt can remember the assignments for today. Not fucking right now. You can't. You're just like, oh shit, Catsup and the boys are gone, and that's all you can think about right now. You're like, we're men down.
Okay. I am going to. How long would it take for Catsup and the cavalry to get back, do we think?
It depends on where they are in the wood.
Yeah.
Assuming
If
they're
they're-
still alive, because this is
well,
the path to
I will
the
say
North
I will
Wood.
say this. Here's the thing. Even if they're just at the edge of the Willowwood, the transition between each level is generally at minimum about 30 minutes.
Okay, hell no. All
So-
right, I'm going to use a sending to someone who I think's in the middle.
Give me a name.
Fucking, what are my options again?
Rolling, Peppa, Catsup, or not Catsup.
I mean, I feel like I gotta message Peppa. Peppa and
Okay.
Salt.
It's
Just Salt and Peppa. You what do you send to Peppa?
I send Peppa and I say, "We're under attack in the north, elves."
you
You
get a
got
reply.
25 words, man.
You get a reply.
Shit. Okay.
Coordinated attack.
That's
like
that's
the
concerning.
It's like the drow are smart or something.
I relay that information to the people near me.
All right. Now you guys know you are being attacked elsewhere.
Yep.
You have to either hold here or you have to beat this and go aid your allies, whatever the case may be. But
Good to
shit's
know.
up. Anything else for Salt's turn?
No, there's not really anything good to do right now.
All right. That's Blarg.
I hide.
Okay.
I re-hide.
Hiding up. Blarg, you're up.
All right. The weak boy is in my periphery, if I am not mistaken.
He is the one to the top left of you.
Yes. So I am not going to weapon master this because
Okay.
fuck my dice.
Gotcha. Very fair. The curse of the great weapon master. Either that definitely hits.
Does a 23 hit?
It does.
Big
And your
swing.
11
11
damage leaves him at 1 HP.
Wow, that's unfortunate.
Blarg just slashes out, and this huge gash opens up on this drow's chest, knocks him back into the wall. Right? Are you just finishing him? You're like, fuck that, no. And whoo, down, splits him in twain as he rebounds off the wall. 1 hit point left, ready to come at you with his dying, and just dies.
And because I reduced someone to 0 hit points, I get a bonus action attack.
Yeah, you do. Hell yeah. That is
Welcome.
a oft forgotten great weapon master feature is not only do you get to take the -5 to do an extra 10 damage, but if you kill someone in melee, you can then use a bonus action attack. Very nice.
Continue the bonk.
Continue the bonk. All right.
And this one I am going to great weapon master.
Hell yeah, you are. All right, fingers. Ooh. God damn.
Does a 25 hit?
Yes, a 25 hits.
And
That-
that's going to be
20,
plus
but-
10 damage.
20 still hits, yes. And
sorry, does the 20 hit?
24 damage.
Yep.
He had 23 health left. So that is about as perfect a turn as Blarg could have wished for. Woof, kill. Woof, kill. 2 drow in a matter of moments.
Do I get another bonus
Dead.
action?
No, you do not. You do not. two drow dead at the feet of Blarg. And you see just fury on the face of this elite warrior. Anything else for your turn?
Captain, get behind me, Captain!
And
All
I
right.
take a step back.
Oh, okay. All right. That will provoke an attack of opportunity from the one on the barricade. So that'll be boop. They're rolling good when they attack Blarg.
Right.
My God.
Yep.
24 for 8 piercing damage. And then the elite warrior is not going to let that slide. He jumps the barricade. Again, goes to attack, or not again, but this time goes to attack Blarg instead of Thresher, basically deeming Blarg the existential threat, right? Because Blarg is the one killing people, whereas Thresher they can leave till later. They'll fucking like pick him up and turn him upside down and just leave him
Battle
somewhere.
of attrition.
Right? Like, so short sword against Blarg. The 15. All right, second attack. 11. My God.
That's right. He comes in, I just kind of
Yeah.
knock
Hell
against
yeah.
it.
Blarg has the great axe and is thrusting it out, defending himself, and then every like other hit, a shield just like shoots out from the side of Blarg's hip where Thresher is, just like blocks another blow, pushes the Drow Elite Warrior back. This guy is dead. This guy is dead. This guy's gonna slide off of the barricade. Right, so he's basically standing right on next to the barricade now, and is going to try to short sword Thresher.
Okay.
I say that. Hold up. Perception check. Yes, that's what he's gonna do. 21.
That does hit.
Okay, so finally someone is able to find a chink in Thresher's armor, and it hurts, right? Like Thresher's tanky, but he's not hardy. So this drow basically like jumps on top of you and just wedges its short sword down in between your armor, and you feel the stabbing pain down in your shoulder and down your back as he hits you for 8 damage, which is a chunk of your health. All right. That is the end of his turn. Thresher, you're up.
Oh, it's my turn. Alright, Alright, I know the boss is coming up. Sorry, the captain. I'm the boss.
I'm the boss now.
I'm going to try and knock the Elite Warrior down again.
Okay.
Push his ass down.
Super interesting.
Okay. Hold on. I gotta roll my 1d4. I think that's only that doesn't count. I don't
No.
think. Only 20. The 4 doesn't count.
No, that's guidance.
Yeah. Although technically this is an attack, but
Athletics.
That's
for
true.
20.
So this is a push. So this is an attack. It's not a skill check. It's
So if you want guidance, I can
It
give
is
that
technically,
to you.
I do believe technically the verbiage is
Make
that
an
you make a
athletics
special
check
attack
then.
action by doing a
Yeah.
skill check. Because it's an athletics check versus someone.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, a 20 is probably going to be good enough. We'll see.
probably not.
Oh. Even a 24 would not, with I think natural 20. He gets that one. It's right on the cusp, right? Like you're so close to knocking this drow down, but he just dances out of your range and looks at you with this like reconsidering eye of like, maybe I do need to kill this little fucking tin kettle before I turn on the bugbear, right? Anything else for your turn?
I act rabid.
You act rabid. Fantastic. I love it. Okay. Very, very cool. Absolutely wonderful.
Wonderbar.
Absolutely crazy. It is at that point that you all hear coming down from the tunnel, or coming from the tunnel further. You see the drow, Elite Warrior, kind of looks over his shoulder and yells something in Elvish. And then you hear screams. Ripping, tearing, crunching screams.
Gross.
And then around the corner, you see this shimmering black shape. A huge, lithe body of a beast with 6
Damn,
legs and 2 massive tentacles
Come on,
sprouted
whatever his
off
name
of its back as Willow
Oh.
of the Wood and Krasan,
Hey!
covered in blood and gore of countless victims, comes
Oh, damn.
charging down the tunnel towards all of you and the Drow Elite Warrior and the one remaining Drow. And it is at that point that we are going to go ahead and take our break, as this scene transitions to a different scene, and we will have to see what is happening in that scenario. So we will be back in just a few minutes for more Dungeon of the Mad Mage. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider leaving a like, commenting, or subscribing. It really helps me out. If you'd like to see me live, head over to my Twitch at twitch.tv/thedistanthorizon.